Hello guys, welcome to the video. So we continue to work on the UI and menu, and in this one I want to show you how to switch between menus with buttons we have over here. So first of all, we probably need to make layout for all of the menus we might have. So let's do that. Let's make empty parent over here and let's call it main menu UI. Then we want to duplicate it and change name to settings UI. Then we want to duplicate it and change name to credits UI. And we don't need quit UI, so it's fine. Now let's make them different so we can somehow notice the difference between this and that. Oh, we also need level selection UI. Let's duplicate and do level selection UI. Okay. Yeah, this is better. So as I was saying, let's change them in some noticeable way. I'm gonna switch off everything. Then I'm gonna switch on settings UI. And this one should be on. Now for settings UI, let's take this element, make it bigger to something like this. This will be background for our settings. And also I've got an idea for UI. We can take game window, place it somewhere here, so we can see how UI looks when we change it. Yeah, should do it in the first place. So back to this element. Somewhat of this size is okay. You don't have to be super specific with this one. Then you can go here and hold Shift and Alt and click center. And it didn't work like I wanted to work for some reason. Wait a second, why? Oh, because settings UI are not okay. I'm sorry. Let's take settings UI first. Let's go here and do stretch, so it will take space of entire screen like that. Then we go to this object over here and we do alignment in the center. Now this will be setting buttons, and inside we want to probably remove the title itself. We don't really need it here, or we can keep it. I don't know, to be honest, both can work fine. Let's keep it for, for a change. Let's keep it at the top. And then for buttons, we want to have different settings here, so we don't really need a grid layout group. So maybe we can take the quit button, unparent it from button holder, and then delete button holder itself. Then quit button can be renamed to something like back button, and we can change text over here to back. Okay, very nice. Now to make it easier for us to recognize, let's make another text image. I mean the text component, Text Mesh Pro, and I'll just change font. I'll make it bigger like that, align in the center, attach to the center, and I'll write here settings. Okay, because we need to know the difference when we switch in UI elements. Now we could just duplicate this and change this to credits UI. Over here we can go and change text over here to credits. And then what else? Nothing else. This is good. Let's take these two, switch them off. Now we can safely delete the credits over here, right? This is the wrong one, so I'm gonna just delete it. And we need to adjust level selection UI. So how should we have it? First of all, let's take the parent object, let's stretch it like so. And then I think we can take these extra buttons and remove them. Let's delete the title and let's take menu buttons object and make it smaller. Something like that. 100 on the height. I like it. And then we can take the button holder and remove bottom padding, or make it something like 5. Right. Let's see. Do I want to make it slimmer? I can make it slimmer. Do I want to? Maybe a bit higher, like 120. And then padding, something like this should do. 15. Okay, so now there's going to be a back button that we have in the level selection UI. As I mentioned, we're going to have level selection in a bit special way with a in-world interactive buttons over here. So we only need a button that sends us back to the main menu. Let's change this to back, and text over here should say back. And yeah, let's keep it like that for now. We don't really need to change anything because we're going to work on a level selection in another video. This is just a placeholder so we can make a system for switching between menus. Let me rename this to level selection buttons, and we can take the button holder, I mean the entire menu. Probably we can take this level selection buttons, go here, hold Shift and Alt and attach it to the bottom like that. And then we can slightly bring it up and it's going to be just perfect. Very nice. Now let's switch it off. Let me double check main menu over here. Yeah, this should be stretched. Let's go here, do stretch, and then let's take menu buttons. I'm going to hold Alt over here and click left side. Now it's going to be attached to the left side and we can slightly bring it to the right like so. Okay. Now, then we can go to this menu. Let's hold Alt to set position and let's attach it to the left side like so. I don't think we need to change pivot point for this one. And then let's move it here slightly. Okay, this is good. This is something what I like. Now let's switch it off and let's go and make a script for UI. Then we want to go to Canvas. Over here, I have these menus collapsed because I don't need to see them right now. And then I'm going to take UI and put it over here like that. Okay, then let's go inside our script. Functionality is going to be super simple. We just need to have collection of all UI elements. Then when you want to switch on something, you switch off everything and you switch on the one you need. So let's make a serialized field, private game object array UI elements. Then make a public void switch to game object UI to enable. Then inside we're gonna do for each game object UI in elements, we take UI, set active false. Then UI to enable, set active true. Very nice. Now let's save it. Let's go back to Unity. And you should know that buttons are functional on its own. You don't really need to do anything. So we can just assign function to a button and it's going to work. Let's click this locket. Then let's drag all of the UI elements to the array. Now we can unlock it. And let's go and select all of the buttons there are that are responsible for switching. So yeah, back button, back button, back button, and then over here, credits, settings, and play button. We're gonna click plus, drag canvas, find UI, and choose switch to. Now the only thing we need to do is to assign what we want to switch on over here, and button will do the rest. So back buttons are probably supposed to switch us back to main menu. So we're going to select them and drag main menu over here. For credits, we're going to drag credits UI. This is what we want to switch on. For settings, we want to switch on settings. And for play button, we want to switch on level selection. Very nice. Now let's switch on main menu. And there is something you should know. There is a background image and there is a title image. And these images can cover the button. For example, title image over here, we can see it is covering the button with this part over here. So when I will try to click play button, it may happen that I'll click on the image and it will not work. To fix that, we need to select image, and let's select background image as well. And we need to go here and uncheck raycast target. Now these objects will be unclickable. Okay. Now let's go ahead and try this. We're gonna go to play mode. I have play button, clicking, I'm in level selection UI. On a level selection, again, we're gonna work later on. As of now, this is just what we need. Let's go back, settings, this is fine. Credits, this is fine. Yeah, very nice. Also, I kinda like how it looks. So probably main menu could look like this as well, with a big window, you know, with a big background. And we can see it later. Let's see, credits, settings, play, back, everything is nice. Now let's go and set up quit button and we can go to the next video. We just need to make a new method that will be responsible for exiting the game, or if we are in Unity editor, it will be responsible for stopping the play mode. So let's do public void quit button, and inside we want to check if editor application is plain, then editor application is plain false. This will exit the play mode. And if just application, then quit, like that. I mean else application.quit. This is just what we need. Let's save it. This one will work if you just play in the game when you build it. So back in Unity, we take the quit button, click plus, drag canvas, choose UI quit button. Now let's go to play mode and try it out. I'm in a play mode, but if I click quit, play mode is going to stop. Perfect. This is what I like. Alrighty, we don't really need to do anything else. It was quite fast, but we did a lot. And we're gonna go to the next video, do some other stuff. I'll see you there.